Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are featuring this absolutely lovely Seiko. Get ready for it, it's got one heck of a name. It's a Seiko Prospex Speedtimer 2025 Tokyo World Athletics limited edition of 6,000 pieces in Edo purple. The reference being SSC955P1. Catchy. We'll just call it a Speedtimer for now. Now, as mentioned in the title, it says Edo Purple. But funny enough, this King Seiko also says Edo Purple, so I'm not quite sure which one's right. When you look at the actual box of this one, which it comes in, it looks more like the King Seiko colour than the actual Speedtimer one. You also get this rather nifty little cleaning cloth as well, with the Tokyo 2025 games on there. So it is, as stated, a limited edition of 6,000 pieces. That isn't many for Seiko at all. You'd be surprised how quickly they will sell. So if you want one of these, I'd strongly recommend getting one quickly. But before I get too far into this review, I've got to say a massive thank you to the team over at First Class Watches of Kenilworth for allowing me to review this piece. Lots of cool, interesting brands. Some you'll know, some you may not know. So if you're in the Midlands area, I'd strongly recommend popping into the channel, popping into the shop even. If you're a little bit too far afield, well, don't worry, I'll leave a link in the description and at the bottom of the page now. All I ask, if you do contact them, please mention the channel. So let's talk sizes first. We're talking 39mm across, thickness of 13.5, a lug-to-lug of 45.5, and a bracelet size of 20mm. The dial is cool on this one, but the eagle eye amongst you may have noticed this subdial here, which is normally for the constant running seconds, and it is on this one, is ticking. Well, this one is a battery-powered watch, so it is a quartz watch, but this is actually a solar watch. So it actually uses these subdials to gather the sun's rays to convert it into electrical power for the movement in there. And to be fair, I really like it. This is what's called a mega quartz. So if I actually start the chronograph here, you'll see we get a kind of smooth ticking nature. So this is more akin to a mechanical chronograph. And I think it looks absolutely superb on this one. So what we have, this is a constant running seconds for your regular timekeeping. This is a 24-hour indicator, which I'll show in a minute. And this subdial here has two purposes. In this, at the moment, it'll be recording the minutes for the chronograph. So as you can see, that can go all the way up to 60 minutes. But when it's not running, it tells you the charge in the actual capacitor. And so it's a nice little kind of multi-function dial. If I actually stop this, well, first of all, let's show you a lap timing ability. So if I press this, it's still recording the time, but it's just paused for the lap. So if I press it now, it will go forward. So it doesn't forget, it carries on. As I say, down here, you'll see that jump over now. So that's just jumped over to say 1 minute. Now, if I reset this, it glides around ever so satisfyingly back to the top there. So as I stated, we'll show what the 24-hour subdial does there. So if I pull this out, at the minute, this is showing, what is it, about 7 minutes to 2. And that is actually in the afternoon. So if I whiz this round, you can see this is moving. So if we move it to midnight, let's go here. And there you go. So that then lines up and that lines up. Now all the times, this is now basically indicating to you that this is now AM. So it's a nice little way of doing it. It's okay. And down here, you may have noticed, if I just press that again so you can see, if I reset that. Now, if I press the reset button now, that is actually indicating that the capacitor in this is actually fully charged. So that means, in theory, this can now sit in the dark for round about a year, 6 months, and you shouldn't have any problems at all. So it's a nice little way of doing it, you know, actually demonstrate and show you there. I've got kind of a soft spot for this watch. I really do like it. The crystal on, oh sorry, I should point out there's also applied hour marks on there which are beautifully polished. You do get a little bit of lume to this, but not that much, to be fair. There is a date window down here just past the 4 o'clock position, and as you can see, this dial, obviously with the solar collectors on the back of there, is quite thick, so that means this date window down here is heavily recessed because of that. But overall, I think it looks great. You've got the applied Seiko on there. You've got the sunburst effect of that dial, Prospex logo. It's nice. It's kind of, there's a lot going on, but it's kind of done it in quite a clean fashion, I think, anyway. As we come past this, we have a sapphire crystal, which looks like it's single domed. As you can see, heavy magnification, or could actually be double domed, actually. Heavy magnification going on there. And there is AR coating on the inside. Here we have, to be fair, it looks like a ceramic bezel, but it isn't, I don't believe, with a tachometer on there. The case of the watch, it's okay. It's a bit of a smudge magnet, as you can tell. Radial brushing on the top. There's a little bit of curvature on there, so it doesn't sit too bad on the wrist. And the crown's pushers are exposed on this side. Overall, I think it's good. So I say underneath the hood is what's called their V192 mega quartz movement. And I think they state that the accuracy is plus or minus 15 seconds a month. Now, some may go, well, that's not very accurate, but realistically, that's what most quartz models actually are, unless you're going up to like premium ETA quartz, or if you're looking off a 9F quartz movement. But you would be surprised when I do battery, if I've got to do a battery swap on a watch, I'll normally always put it on a quartz tester, and some watches are out by up to 18 plus seconds a month, and that is quartz. There, you know, you do get very accurate quartz models, but they're not always, so you would be surprised. What they have in there isn't a battery as such. There's a magnesium, titanium, lithium rechargeable capacitor. And that's what actually powers this movement. Now, if this was reading empty, if you were to just put this in natural light for, I think let's say something like up to half an hour, that would fully recharge that battery. That's how efficient charging this system actually is. It is very, very impressive, to be fair. One thing I should also point out about this, it does have 100 meters of water resistance to it. So it's a surprisingly capable watch, really. The bracelet on it is quite a simple affair. We have brushed and center links there. It's a pin and collar system. The clasp, nice fold over. We have 2 levels of micro adjust, and it's all, yeah, I think it's not a bad watch. It retails at £650. Now, that is before any kind of discount, so you may be able to get a deal on this, I'm not sure. But if you mention the channel, you never know, you might get a bit of a deal. Let's put it on my wrist so you got an idea how it looks. Let's zoom out. Quick wrist check. I'm wearing my Seiko MM200 Great Blue Hole, which was a special edition from many years, quite a few years ago now. One of the first watches to feature the 6-arm movement, and I personally think that, yeah, I think it's a lovely watch, one of the best, one of the kind of cool dials they made back in the day. And as mentioned before, Bob has the King Seiko on here, which is a reinterpretation of their old King Seikos from the late 60s, early 70s. And that also is a very cool watch. Now, my wrist size is 7¼ inches. That equates to about 18.5 centimeters. And you can see, I'd say this bracelet probably good for 7½ inches, to be fair. But there it is on my wrist. I really like the colour. I think it's a very, very cool watch. Some people might say, oh, I'm not so keen on quartz watches, but I think they make for great grab and go watches. It's one of these, you know, the time is always going to be pretty well set if you pick it up. Strongly recommend one. But anyway, let me know what you think of this one, guys. But I think it's quite a cool watch. Maybe not for everyone, but I like it. I should point out as well, this is available in a whole host of different colours. This one just happens to be the limited edition one. So anyway, all the best, and most importantly, you'll stay safe out there. Take care, guys. Bye.